The world was shocked when Kanye West collaborator Pusha T exposed Drake's secret son on a diss track.
You got a whole child that nobody knows about.
But even more shocking was the reason why Drake hid his son in the first place. He had to take multiple DNA tests after reportedly getting not one, but 2 women pregnant.
They couldn't be 100% sure that was my son or not.
But was Drake's son just a pawn in a bigger game?
Why would you mention my fiance?
Family, kids, that's going too far.
Pusha T claims that Drake paid for the concert brawl that left 3 hospitalized.
This is the real life story behind the tabloids.
I actually did a DNA test for my son, and they came back to us and they said that they couldn't be 100% sure that that was my son or not. I was in a really weird pending situation where I didn't want to go tell the world that that was my son, and it wasn't. And if you see my son, you understand why. I ended up linking with Ye, and he was like, yo, you gotta come to Wyoming. I play him March 14th. I send him a picture of my son.
Oh my God.
I tell him I'm having trouble with my son's mother. We had a conversation.
Drake was grappling with the news of becoming a new father. But before he had a chance to tell the world, someone else got there first.
Drake has been accused of having a secret child with an adult film star. The explosive allegation was revealed on a diss track from Kanye West collaborator Pusha T.
Pusha's diss track revealed incredibly personal details, including the name of his son and the baby's mother.
Wait, how did Pusha know all of this? Because I remember when it happened, I thought it was Kanye.
Everybody seemed to think that Kanye had leaked the information to Pusha, and it made sense because Pusha's the president of Kanye's record label. It seemed like even Drake thought that that might be the case.
The first album drops, and of course there's a diss song towards me that you produced. I was just there with you as friends, helping you, and now you're dissing me. So I'm like, man, this is dark. There's just a price that you have to pay for that.
But why would Kanye do that?
In order to understand their feud, we have to go back to their friendship. Drake grew up without his dad around, and as a kid, he idolized Kanye. When I was a kid trying to figure out what I liked, it was Ye who I related to the most. I don't want to be as good as Kanye, I want to be better. So it must have been like a dream come true when Kanye acknowledged Drake.
I want to thank the rap god Drake.
Me and Ho would have never made Watch the Drum if this world put pressure on us like that.
He's been a mentor to me, probably the most important moment in my life today. Who knows where this goes?
Drake's idol became his friend and collaborator. Drake even moved into a house a few blocks away from Kanye's in Calabasas. But as Drake's popularity grew, Kanye seemed threatened.
I was fine with writing with Drake until he got too big. And that was the moment where I had to adjust and deal with this new energy that's taking over the room.
There's a lineage of J to Ye to Drake.
But isn't it possible that Kanye was attacking Drake so that he could stay on top?
That's what people thought. At first, Kanye tried to clear his name.
I didn't tell Pusha no information about your baby mama, nothing like that. That ain't come from me.
But when Drake released In My Feelings, people thought it was about Kim.
There's something real personal going on in that world.
That's who Kiki is for real? That's why you're so mad.
But can you blame Kanye for assuming that when it's like a massive song comes out in the moment that they're having this big falling out and that's his wife's nickname?
And Drake even admitted that he didn't have that song on his record until after the feud. But Kanye felt Drake had gone too far.
I had this conversation where Drake is like, I never him. But I was like, but you acted like you did.
People making rumors or thinking that you my wife and you're not saying nothing and you carrying it like that, that don't sit well with my spirit.
Things have just changed. I'm not just some kid that's a fan anymore. And now we have personal situations. I'm not just gonna sit by while somebody's just talking loose about me.
Drake don't do an outright diss song. He's gonna set it up like war. He gonna do stuff like live 5 blocks down the street from you, DM every single girl in your family. It's all psychological.
I was changing as a person, becoming a guy that was, definitely willing to do some terrible things.
It seems like he was ready to escalate things beyond these tracks.
The fight between Drake and Kanye, it's not Pac and Biggie. The stakes were high, not in a life or death sense, right? The stakes were high from an ego perspective over a misunderstanding. But behind Drake's anger was real hurt over the thought that his mentor had betrayed him.
No matter what he says in interviews, he can tell whoever, I got love for him and whatever, but it's not love. There's something there that bothers him deeply, and I can't fix it for him.
But while Drake was mourning the loss of his friendship, Pusha reappeared to make things worse.
It may make sense in Drake's mind that Ye told Push about my son and my situation was wrong. Didn't happen like that. I was being spiteful.
But why was Pusha being so spiteful?
Pusha and Drake had been dissing each other back and forth for years, but it seemed like Drake took it too far when he made it personal.
Why would you mention my fiance? No women, no children. Like, what are we doing? It made me sort of dive in to who am I really dealing with here? Now I gotta dig deeper into who the person is. Oh, your dad left you at 5, and he never walked you to the bus stop. Oh, you don't even know what family is.
Why does Push know so much about Drake's family?
The information came from 40. It didn't come from Kanye at all.
Drake's close friend and producer 40 let the information slip, and it eventually got to Pusha.
So it was the wrong friend. But Pusha does have a point though. Drake said he had to do a DNA test, right? But why didn't he believe the baby was his?
Drake was accused of getting not just 1, but 2 women pregnant. In April 2017, TMZ reported that a woman named Layla Lace was falsely claiming Drake had gotten her pregnant, and the case escalated to the point that Drake filed a lawsuit against her for defamation and extortion. But just 10 days after the first allegation, TMZ published a second one, this time from former adult entertainer Sophie Brousseau.
Now it makes more sense. It's kind of logical to pause and be like, okay, hold on, let me just make sure that I'm actually the father.
Drake's relationship with his dad had always been troubled. He wanted to be better than his own dad.
Your father had some run-ins with the law and actually did a stint in prison when you were a kid.
But he had to choose between feuding or being there for his kid.
And you wrote the song and never put it out.
Yeah, because I said terrible things. Just listened back to it and I was like, man, this is not something I ever want to be remembered for. When you're in a lot of beefs with people, you start moving different. I took that energy and I put it into me, not you. You don't get that.
This time when Kanye offered a truce, Drake accepted.
Both me and Drake have taken shots at each other, and it's time to put it to rest. I'm asking Drake to join me on stage as a special guest. I believe this event will prove to people everywhere how much more we can accomplish when we lay our pride to the side and come together.
And it seemed like Drake finally realized what was really important.
I'm just really excited to be a great father. I have a son. He's a beautiful boy. I gotta show you guys.
You haven't shown us yet, bud.
I want to be able to go places with my son and share memories with my son.
Now Drake was ready to embrace fatherhood.
He learned to put his energy where it truly matters.